Previously on Dances with Dice. When last we left our heroes, Finian, the halfling artificer, Felix, the human bard, and Theo, the satyr fighter. They had just spent their evening researching in the hidden knowledge section of the Royal Arcanum. And while flexing connections they may not really have, has led to potential terrible consequences down the line. Of course, our heroes face their greatest challenge of the evening now, having returned back to their inn and finding their things rifled through. What new dangers await our heroes this week on Dances with Dice?
All right. So we return to all of you in your room in the inn. Theo, your things have obviously been rifled through. For Felix and Finian, yours appear to be untouched. The obviousness of the searching, it appears, you look at it and it appears to have grown more frustrated over time. What would you guys like to do?
Theo is gonna investigate to see if they did take anything.
Okay. Just roll me an investigation check, please.
An 11.
Okay. Nothing appears to be taken. Your bed and like kind of like the bed and like maybe a bedside table, I guess the best description of that, like where you actually like keep your stuff. There seems to be some modicum of like trying to hide what they were doing. But as you can see with like the torn up floorboards and things like that, their searching obviously became more frustrated over time. And so while it doesn't appear any of your other stuff is taken, I mean, you can kind of connect the dots in terms of the one thing of value that you had on you being the dragon gems versus what they might have been looking for, because none of your other things appear touched at all, or at least like nothing has been taken. Your coin purse is still there. Like any like small trinkets and things are all still there.
That's interesting that they wouldn't.
Did
Finn's-
anyone? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Finn's gonna look through his stuff. Just
Okay.
because looks can be deceiving.
Investigation check.
I don't have anything worth shit, so I'm probably fine.
You keep all of it on your person in that dirty, dirty coat.
It's an 18.
Oh, Finn, there is nothing missing. Your stuff
Cool.
appears to have been like looked at, like they
Rifled through it.
like it was
little
rifled
bit.
through, maybe like a one stack of papers is on the other side of like the end table from where it was when it started, but nothing's missing, nothing's been picked through, and it's it doesn't feel as though it was searched in any way, not in the way that Theo's stuff very clearly has actually been gone through.
Very, very much like their side of the room has just been tossed.
Yeah, it would be a cursory glance versus going through someone's bag.
They literally cut open her mattress.
They were looking
For some reason there's a lot of cash in there, but none of it's yours. What is Martha doing downstairs?
I still don't know where the whole cash in the mattress. The closest connection to cash and mattress is Mr. Krabs had his cash in his mattress.
It's a mob thing.
I think it was I thought it was like a Great Depression thing of like not trusting banks, so you needed to hide your money somewhere in your home.
So
and like the place no one's gonna look is under your mattress.
I know it's an anecdote of the Great Depression. It's an anecdote of the Great Depression of hiding your money in the mattress. It is very much a like mob thing of having like when you needed to make a getaway, you needed a lot of cash on hand. So like they would keep cash in the mattress, they'd keep cash in the doghouse. There would be like, the flower, you would dig up the flower bed and you'd find hundreds of thousands of dollars. It was your getaway cash.
Huh.
Also, money you haven't laundered yet.
Also, yeah, money, unlaundered money. You need to keep it somewhere.
So.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, it seems I could make a guess on what they were looking for, seeing as our stuff really hasn't been touched.
Yeah, I think we established in the previous episode / session like that we were pretty damn certain they were looking for the gems.
We established that out of character. I'm establishing it in character.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Fine. Well then. Yes, it appears that way. Do we know how they got in? I'm assuming through the door.
Yeah. If you look at the door, it's slightly off one of its hinges. The hinge appears to be broken, and you can see now in the lock, there's like 4 or 5 broken lockpicks.
Great! So they're really bad at this too. So they're stupid in trying to rob us.
I mean, do you want competent criminals or incompetent criminals?
Make up your mind, Morgan.
I mean, I think I'd rather them suck, because then maybe we're gonna like not get murdered in our sleep about it. Because maybe at this rate, with the genius level they seem to be rocking with, they might like trip over something and it's gonna be like a fucking Scooby-Doo cartoon and we all wake up. And like, oh no, they're trying to stab us. Then we stab them.
It's like the clown in the shower.
What?
Sorry, that wasn't my brother. My brother and me.
I didn't ask. No, don't explain it. Just. So what are we gonna do about this? I mean, we can't really go talking to the authorities about.
Yes, authorities have these gems that we shouldn't have, and somebody's trying to take them. Let's just scream it to the world.
Technically, they were given to us. Technically, they are not the property of someone else. Technically, the lady gave them to us.
Yes, we are just holding these gems that don't belong to us. That sounds great.
This is why I don't like doing things illegal, because then you can't fucking do it. Can't talk to anyone about it.
That's what I hate about doing illegal things. I can't tell anyone.
Just that it's so hard to have a good conversation with the cops.
I hate it.
Look, Finn is still a precious being who believes in the system.
The system hasn't betrayed him. The system hasn't betrayed him yet. He hasn't had his ACAB moment. It's coming.
Well, we could talk to the company of Dala, but we also don't know if they aren't the ones behind this. Like, we could just be potentially being robbed by the people who we're here to do a job for, which would be some delicious irony, and I don't love it. But I don't know who else we can talk to.
My money's on the freaking, I don't know, what are we calling them? The Dragon Cult?
That is their name. Yeah. Like the.
They don't have a cool name. They're just
called the Dragon Cult.
Their technical title, like their technical title, and all of you would be aware of this because you live in a world where this history occurred. Their technical name is the Cult of Chromatus.
that is
But
a more
Do
everyone-
we
specific name.
know that this is
Everyone colloquially referred to them as the Dragon Cult or the Cult of the Dragons.
Dragon Cult?
But they do have a title. No one uses it because they're the bad guys.
Real?
Cult of Chromatus. What? Oh, I thought you said for real.
I said real, as in like affirm.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought you said for real, and I thought there was a comma, and that you were gonna continue the sentence.
No,
Like, no. Okay.
I'm a man
and
of few words.
I will
You're
say,
bard.
I will say just for a general housekeeping thing, you guys also, it is like late in the evening and you are needing a long rest, so that is also something that you have to
So
worry
Hannah
about.
can't suggest, hey, let's find somewhere else to stay.
I mean, you can't. No, I mean, no, like you can stay here if you want. Or you can go find. There are multiple inns in the city. You could go somewhere else to stay, but like you do have to deal with that because you spent most of your day researching. You then like had some like dinner, then went back to do more researching. So you have done like you've done a full like 8-hour day. You need a long rest or you're going to start taking exhaustion.
What are the odds that they would try to rob us in the same spot in one day? Twice. I think we might be good if we just stay.
Unless they try to attack and they're just waiting for us to get back, and now that we're here with the exact item they desire, they'll be like, oh, let's climb in through the window this time.
Well, how
Then
did
we
they
lock the
find us in
window.
the first place?
What?
Eisen popped up there for a second.
Sorry.
Yeah, Eisen slid in there like for a
Howdy, Eisen.
I forgot my accent.
Yeah,
It feels like Eisen heard the words. It's like we need a plan, and it's just like punched his way through reality. It's like,
Oh, thank God, someone who's a higher level is here to help.
Oh God, there he is, level 20.
God.
It's like
That would be
break
real
from
funny if we
karma.
ran into our like level 20 selves.
He needs a break from his wife.
I heard
Yeah,
there was another reality they hadn't heard I was awesome in.
I need to let them know. Anyway,
all right, bringing that back.
We could ask for a room down the hall. Just like
Top,
2 doors
just-
to the left.
Fucking hobbit these motherfuckers. ring
if we're
wraith
not-
them.
get in the ink.
If
You
we're
gotta
not-
get in the ink right across the street.
if we're not going to change inns, I concur with what Felix has said. I think we need to request a change of room.
Or we
downstairs.
just take shifts.
Isn't that what the dog's for?
Do you trust the dog right now? I mean, your dog is
Look, I'm
great. Your dog is
really-
awesome. I'm just thinking maybe we need someone with a pulse to stay awake.
You see, the thing about people with pulses is they fall asleep sometimes.
But listen, dog and person stays up. That way, dog, if something happens, dog wakes up one person, person wakes up the other person.
Double the
All
perception
persons awake.
checks.
Double the perception checks. That's something Felix would know to say.
Then somebody's not going to get to rest. I mean, what's the point of having an
take-
animatronic watcher if you don't use it?
Animatronic.
Just shut up.
Animatronic.
Whoa.
Look, just because we started the episode with sex talk doesn't mean we need to continue.
Yeah,
We're getting real horny in this one, boys.
So here's the thing. So I need to check something real quick because like I'm reading through the Steel Defender and I'm trying to figure out
If it can do perception
if
checks.
it needs sleep or not.
well,
I mean, obviously it doesn't, but-
it's more about if you go to sleep, does it also shut down? Because it's technically at all times working off of like you and your commands. So I think this is purely a mechanical thing. Though it does also say vigilant, it cannot be surprised. So okay, hang on a second.
What's the
How
point of
sad
having
must
a
its birthdays be?
What's the point of having a
It can never be.
robot that doesn't sleep
I
if you
can't be
can't
surprised
sleep while the
either.
robot doesn't?
I also can't be. I took the 1 feet. I cannot be that vigilant feat.
Is it flat-footed? No, it's not flat-footed.
I think it's like vigilant or something. I have like an extra
Alert.
to my. I get a bonus to my initiative, and then I can't be
alert.
surprised. Oh, alert! There you go. Thank you. I get a bonus to my initiative, and I can't be surprised.
Because D&D is a wonderful game, and not all of the rules are technically listed on all of the things. I had to do some quick Googling. A steel defender is technically a construct, and as long as it has a perception stat, it can, as long as it has a perception stat, it can stand watch. So
we're
let's
Gucci.
see.
Or do we not know if it has a perception stat?
No, it does. So okay, its perception is your proficiency bonus plus 0, Finian. So it has a +2 to perception right now. So it can stand watch.
Yeah. And also, I just double checked a thing. A character with the alert feat who rolls perception check can be unprepared, but never surprised. Because surprise has an actual mechanical effect in the game.
Yeah.
It means that no one can take a surprise action against them, but doesn't mean someone can't like
catch you off guard.
Yeah, catch you off guard. Yeah.
To the end of the original question, you can absolutely use the Steel Defender as a watchdog.
Oh.
Cool. All right. If we stay in this room, Theo might want it to, at least for part of it, to stay awake. But obviously she needs her long rest, so she would only be awake for part of it. But if we change rooms, she'll probably trust the dog to cover it, unless Felix thinks that.
Also, look how many locks it took to pick the door. We're probably going to hear them before they make it in.
I mean, they didn't actually. They broke the door off the hinges. They didn't actually pick the lock.
They didn't actually manage to pick it, and they like fucked up in the process. So I think that's a pretty good sign of like they're not extremely good at this.
Though at the same time, I guess I will say, as you guys inspect the door, it's repairable, but not in the sense of like I'll say Felix, not Felix, Finian, you like kind of like pull all the lock picks out of the lock, and you see that like the lock is broken, so like it can't be locked or unlocked, hence the breaking of the door. So you can absolutely stay in the same room. However, you'd be unable to lock the door.
Let's just go down the hall. It's fine.
Can we say like out of character we go down and ask if there's extra rooms, just so we're not like spending a fuck ton of time on this?
Yeah.
You
like,
turn it into a whole event.
So our room got broken into. We'd like a room down the hall, please.
What?
Martha looks at you. It's like, you're not leaving, okay?
It's like, oh, I'm not losing money on this.
No, you are able, we'll say for the sake of brevity, you go downstairs, you're able to get another room. You're like 3 doors down from the original room, across the hall from it, basically. So if it was on like the right hand side, you're now on the left hand side of the building.
Okay.
Different sort of setup. It's now 2 bunk beds and like sort of a single cot, because you were in one of like the larger, more shared rooms. So this one's a little bit smaller.
I got top bunk.
Just a little guy. He gets what he wants.
He likes to feel tall.
Sorry, what was the bed situation again?
It's 2 bunk beds and then like a little like sort of like twin little cot kind of thing.
Okay.
I can take first watch.
Okay. Which bed do you want to pick a bed? Do you want the twin? Do you want another bunk?
I'll take the cot thing.
All right. Theo will also take top bunk, only because it's harder to get to. Usually
You're gonna snuggle?
No, the other bunk bed. There's 2 bunk beds and a cot.
There's There
It's
is
the
one.
2 beds of the bunk.
There's
Okay, a
two.
bunk. Then don't
There
say.
is.
You
Sorry.
would,
There
you,
is
you,
a. Sorry. There
There
is
is
a
a
bunk bed.
bed. Okay, so I was about to say because you did say
Oh, I
2
thought you
bunk
said
beds.
2 bunk. I thought you said I thought you said
No.
2 bunk beds.
There's a bunk bed and a cot.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll just take the bottom one. I thought you said there's 2 bunk beds.
No, that is my bad. There's a
That's
bunk
a
bed.
large room.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool, big room, 2 bunk beds.
You mean so
Hey.
there's 5 beds?
So
Yeah, that's
there's
what I thought,
no.
too.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so you all just got a fun little look into the language colloquialisms of my family back in the day. We referred to a bunk bed in the plural because it was 2 beds.
Oh,
And that's
See,
just
somehow I understood what he meant though, even though like I understand why you guys got confused.
Yeah.
I both assumed, especially once I was like, he probably means like each individual bed is like that's why he's saying multiples, because it would be weird to then be sent into a room where there's 5 beds for 3 people. Like,
yeah. I in my family it was bunk bed. Bunk bed meant there's 2 beds, obviously.
yeah. No, it was Yeah, so there's
yeah,
a
English
little
is a confusing language.
there's a little
Yeah.
peek into English colloquialism. Anyway,
Anyway, okay, then actually she's gonna be on the floor, and obviously she has the box. She's on the lower bunk, but she's got the box with her.
okay.
She was originally
Sort of
gonna go
spooning
top bunk because she was gonna keep it. And she's like, it takes a while for them to get to me anyway, or something. I don't know.
And I cannot be surprised.
Actually, in fact, she's gonna stick her head up, and she's gonna take the box and she's gonna put it next to Finian, and she's gonna stare at him. You protect this with your life while you're up here. Got it?
yeah, of course. He's already kind of like nodding off. Like,
She's like, she tucks it under his blankets. Like, it's under there. It is with him.
He's
Because-
snuggling with it now.
Yeah, he's snuggling it because she thinks she wants to hold on to it, but she thinks logically it is safer in a higher location that might be slightly trickier to get to. She would have to wake up, probably. The bed would have to shake because someone is trying to get up there. Either way, she has
Okay.
shoved it up there.
You shoved
Alright.
it up there, you say.
Shoved it right up his butt.
and then
That's not canon.
GB2 is just like sitting like in the middle of the room, just very still. Like lights are out. All you see is just these glowing eyes.
Upset.
So-
I'm like making eye contact and it's very upsetting.
It's just occasionally you just hear like the most stereotypical just woof.
I was gonna say it's like my shitty laptop that like in the older recordings would just like the fan would just go crazy sometimes. Like I'm just sitting there and all of a sudden the internal fan just
Yeah,
and it's like-
occasionally you hear the CPU cooler kick on.
Like, just-
There's
There's
like
the modem sounds.
about halfway through your
Dial-up internet.
It's just like-
about halfway through your watch like the eyes dim a little bit and then like go from like what's his normal eye color, Finn?
blue.
Okay, they go from like blue to like yellow, like the monitor turning off, and then they like flick back on to blue. Entered sleep mode momentarily. All right,
have robot themed nightmares for a year.
Felix, please roll me a perception check.
Perception. Oh.
Perception.
Do you want me to roll it for GB?
Yes. For
Does Blitz have a new name?
Or we said we weren't going with Blitz because it was too close to like.
It was a little
Blitzkrieg.
too German.
Yeah.
it was
We went from
smidge-
Wolfenstein to Blitz to now GB2?
Because
Yeah.
Good Boy.
Yeah, good boy too.
I see.
Good boy, technically good boy 2.0.
But every time there's a new version of him, it'll be like GB3,
I love it.
GB4.
Yeah, and we'll have a death tally
By
throughout the.
By the fucking end of the campaign, it's like GB 236.
GB234.
And then it's like how much trauma does Finn have to unpack of watching his dog die endlessly?
Hey, at least you can bring your
You're
dog back to
not
life. At least you can
Um,
resurrect your dog.
And I was wrong. Finn, it's your proficiency bonus ×2, so it's a +4 to perception.
Felix.
No,
I rolled
this
a
is for
19.
the dog.
Oh,
He was talking about
okay.
the dog.
Yeah,
Oh,
That is
19.
that is the dog's not doing great.
What the
A 9.
The dog re-enters hibernation a couple more times.
But it can't be a surprise.
Every time
you haven't.
Felix is looking at it like, and
like-
trying to decide if he needs to wake Finn up to ask what the fuck's happening.
It's only version 2.0. You are working out some of the kinks. It's like it can't be, because again, it's like all monitors, like if you barely tap, like all computers, if you barely tap anything, like if you tap your desk and like something picks up an input, the monitor turns back on. So it's a little bit like that. So like
I'm shaking the mouse every time his eyes turn off.
Occasionally, like you watch the eyes turn off, and like Felix will like tap your foot and immediately comes back on. So it's just like, okay, you've got, it's working so far. We don't need to wake Finian up.
Incredible. 10 out of 10.
So GB's sensors don't really pick up on anything. And you said you had a 19, Felix?
Yes.
With a 19, you don't really pick anything up in the 4-ish hours that you are on your watch.
Right.
The sounds of, again, the normal, like the sounds of the building settling. You hear one person make a late night trip to the bathroom at one point. But a calm evening thus far, at least up through midnight. Who is taking second watch?
Theo will.
Okay, Theo, you are awakened. GB, Wolf.
Waking up.
Bork.
Bork.
Right, she gets up. She
Roll
settles
me a
in.
perception check, please, and another
she
one
has
for
her-
GB.
And she's sitting she sits on the bottom bunk, but with like her maul is just in her lap.
Okay.
6.
16.
I have
15.
16 plus 3, so modified 19.
19. And what was yours? What was GB's?
15.
15. Okay. With both of those, again, nothing really happens. The most you pick up on, Theo, is at some point in the night, someone's having a real bad time. Sounds like they might be worshiping the porcelain god. Whatever
Do we have
they,
porcelain gods here, or is it a wooden god?
it's
Or is it ceramic god? Are we chamber
Is it
pot
a
era?
Oh
It's- no,
Why is that worse than wood?
we have indoor plumbing. It's
Zachary would never do that to us.
no elevators exist and indoor plumbing exists. We're in a fantasy.
But do escalators exist?
We're in a fantasy world. We're not monsters.
We're not in the
Um,
future.
The your watch passes without any incident. There's nothing that really strikes you, and 4 hours pass, and you go to wake up Finian.
All right. Finian, your turn.
Mhm.
Wake up. She pinches his nose until he wakes up.
Chief.
Wake up. It's your turn.
That's what the dog's for.
Well, we need.
No, you gotta do your part.
Felix already
Just-
did it, and now and I already did it. It's your turn. We
Just 'cause
can't
you
risk
all-
these being taken. Now get up. And she's like picking up him, moving because she's getting to the top bunk now to be with the box.
It's like it's my turn with the box, Finian.
It's my turn with the box. She's like pushing him out, and her strength is more than his. You can't fight her.
No. She just like picks him up like by
Like a
the
toddler,
collar
and she
just,
sets him down.
Sets him down. She's just like,
Christ.
fine, I guess it's the time to do some. Like, just kind of
Yeah,
like,
just
mumbles off and like
hang out with your dog.
pulls out a screwdriver and starts like just like shoves it in GB's ear and just like starts like adjusting shit. Like,
And then so it's like, and then when GB sees you, Finian, the tail starts very mechanically wagging, like if there was like a way to do like a 6-frame animation of the tail wagging, like that's what it's doing. And it opens its mouth and it's like, Master.
Master.
You
Orc.
can't make him talk. I hate it.
no, please don't do that.
Hand dog. Hand dog. And face cat.
Or Or if it does talk, only its eyes light up. We're not having any like mouth moving talking here.
I like the idea that it can talk in like recordings, but only in like recordings that like Finian did, but he wanted his dog to sound like a dog, so it's just Finian's voice going bark, bark.
I mean, if that's the case, if he's like wolf, bark, bark, barf.
It's just Finian's voice.
Make me roll my goddamn perception check.
Please roll two perception checks.
He got progressively better throughout the night.
Yeah,
So I rolled a 13 and GB rolled a 74. 21.
21. Wow. You Finn are kind of like, fucking bitch, she took my bed, and just like just kind of like sleepily like. At one point you worry like you over tighten something in GB because like he immediately goes from like sitting into like pointer mode. It's just like, oh god, what did I do? But like that gives him his like little brain blast for his thing.
Brain blast.
And then he's like after about a minute or so, it's like he's like kind of like sniffing the air, like sort of like sniffing the air a little bit, and then like sort of sits back down, and your watch passes without incident. Nothing was really awry this evening. You all awake.
Hold on. Before everybody wakes up, there's like a good hour before like the sun's about to come up, and since GB's doing such a great job, Finn just climbs back up onto the top bunk and just
You motherfucker.
Theo is up there though.
I know, that's the point.
So now we have a triple spoon going on. There's Theo spooning the box, and now Finn spooning.
Do I wake
Theo.
up?
I don't know.
Can I be surprised by this? No, I can't be. I'm unconscious.
You are never surprised.
Yeah,
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it.
You're asleep, but hang on.
Like he forgets that she's up there, and he just kind of in a sleepy state just crawls back up to the top bunk and falls asleep.
I will say roll me a perception check, Theo.
Perception check.
So stupid.
I did roll a nat 20 just now. That's what a stupid thing to roll a nat 20 on. This is so dumb. I hate this. I really wanted to roll low. I really wanted to roll low so that she could roll over and wake up and then is just face to face with Finian just snuggling his dog like.
Or snuggling the box.
Snuggling the box like, like.
So Theo, you feel the mattress depress and like your eyes are immediately jolted awake as you like turn over. Like I would
instant reflex, I go to hit.
It's like you turn, I feel like you turn over like box raised above your head ready to smash, and it's just like then like Finny and you're like halfway climb, like you've got like one leg like hooked up at the top bunk, just like uh-oh.
Are you done? Is it morning? Looks at the window.
The sun is starting to rise, so like there would be about an hour technically more of watch, but like the sun is starting to peek over the horizon.
Do you want to go back to sleep?
No, I'll go back.
Sits back down next to the dog. It's like stupid goat lady.
Unicorn.
Stupid horse bitch.
Unicorn. Look at the horn. There's one in the center of my forehead.
There's a lot of horse in a unicorn, Hannah.
Stupid horny bitch.
I can't. Technically true. I can't.
It's like also like
that.
It's like also
I gotta allow it.
Also, that's like saying it's also like that'd be like saying it's like, you know, so you couldn't say like it's like, oh, it's like it's centaur. It's like, oh, it's stupid horseman. It's like there's a good chunk of horse in a unicorn.
There's a lot of horse in that bitch.
There's a lot of horse in a unicorn.
There's plenty of horse. It is mostly horse.
It's a lot of horse.
Mostly heroin.
How much horse?
At least 80%. There's
at least 80% horse.
There's a chunk of horse in a unicorn.
Good. A hefty amount of horses in there.
Giggity.
But the evening finishes. The sun rises. You all awake early the next morning, and nothing has occurred through the evening. You kind of poke your heads out. Nothing appears. You poke your heads out, like walk down the hallway. The door to your old room is still where you left it, like slightly ajar, off its hinge. Apparently in the night, Martha put some like tape across it, or like some like strips of cloth to kind of like as like an X, like do not enter sort of thing. And the morning dawns.
See, I told you. GB's good. He's got it. You don't need to worry.
It's better safe than sorry. I'd
Woof.
much prefer. Woof. Bork. I don't know. It's better safe than sorry. We don't want to risk these being taken. We have a specific.
What do we even know they're gonna do? What do they do anyway? Like, why are they so important?
Barty told us that we need to get these back to the fortress. It was the last thing he told us to do.
Catherine did imply that we're returning them to her at some point.
Well, I don't.
Oh, so are you fine with stealing now?
If it means following the request of a dragon, yes.
Now, I know this is going to be touchy for you, so, like, if you could keep your hands away from your weapon when I ask this, that would be great. How do we know that your dragon friend had good intentions, given that you had no idea he was a dragon?
He does make a fine point.
And I don't usually do that.
I trust Barty. I trust him. He was there my entire childhood. I trust him.
Even though he never told you the truth?
Yes. It's called having a bit of faith.
People will always let you down and disappoint you.
I'm violently aware of that.
You see, it seems a bit cynical even for you. I don't really... You
For
really
me?
think that?
Oh, absolutely.
I think we already established this. Look, he doesn't believe in anything. Like, look at him. Look at how he's dressed.
What's that supposed to mean?
Means I know you got a weird jaw in your coat.
Okay, we can't make that canon. That's not canon.
The jar is not canon.
The jar is not canon.
Usually I'll play along with fun jokes. I am
But
not.
not the jar.
I am
Draw the
not
line.
allowing the jizz jar to be real.
We're drawing the line at the jar. Okay.
Does Felix suck? Yeah. Is he nasty like that? Absolutely not.
Is he a nasty boy? No.
He's just a bad person. He's not disgusting.
He's just a mean little guy. A feral little man.
Look, he believes in nothing. You might believe a little bit too much. Is
What does
it
that
worth...
make you?
I believe in science.
Ayo.
Oh no, Alex is the voice of reason.
No.
Look, I'm just wondering, is it worth... If people are trying to kill us, is it worth really... We don't even know what they do. Are they worth keeping?
I mean, they could just be pretty rocks.
You guys
Wait, have we done an Arcana check on it?
Look, either we
No,
figure
we have not.
either
I'm not
look,
magic.
either we figure out what they are and why we have them, or I don't want them.
All right, crack the box open. I'm checking them out.
You guys have technically not looked at them since you got them the first time because they were open. They looked like pretty gemstone rocks. You closed the box and left because some heads had popped, and that was traumatic for everyone involved.
Are
As
we
the
still-
person that knows about magic in this group, open that box. I'm taking a look.
Are we in our room? Where are we?
We haven't
Are we-
left, so I assume
Okay.
so.
Oh, I thought we might be standing in the fucking hallway because of the
No,
Zach descriptor.
No. You guys poked your
Okay.
heads out, and I assume you went back in. Also, I have had my headphones on backwards for 3 hours.
Yay!
I was about to say, why does everything sound weird?
Theo is like, she pauses kind of for a second, but she eventually like takes the thing off her back and she pulls the leather straps off and opens the box for Felix.
I would like to do an Arcana check.
Wait, do I know identify? Hold on.
It'd be
I
very cool and
don't know
very
if you
sexy
do.
of you.
I do know identify. Get bent.
That is so very cool and sexy of you, Felix.
Thank you.
So cool. So sexy. Very cash money, I would say.
All right. I cast identify.
Okay.
Finn kind of like looks over and goes, "Which I could have done that."
Finn is like, I know identify too.
Wait, do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
You both identify at the same time.
I identify harder.
I'm gonna identify the shit out of these
I'm
rocks.
casting. I cast this at fucking second level, bitch.
Theo
I'm gonna
sits
cast
there
a ninth
being
level identify.
Theo sits there being not magical. Oh wait, we got a long rest. Yay, I can heal.
Oh, right, I should do that too.
Long rest.
Yes, please make sure you guys
Oh,
do all
nice,
your long
Finian.
rest stuff.
I see your investigation, Finian. I saw you. I saw you click a button. Also, yes, it tells us, by the way, in case you're wondering. I get a little notification at the top when you roll.
I am sorry. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm trying to find my description of the gemstones originally, so I don't inadvertently. So I don't
Change the canon.
So I don't retcon something, and I cannot find them. F's
in the chat.
F's in the chat for the description of the gems. Hang on, let me see.
I might have them. What episode did we get them in? I definitely wrote them down.
It was a little while ago.
I have my notes. I see Baldy. Shoot Theo. Felix gets stabbed. No, I guess I only have gems in chest safe, resemble dragon eggs, and then I also felt a rush of electricity.
That was just unrelated. You just put like a fork in an outlet.
Yeah, exactly. But it is in the same bullet. What's the thing where it goes? It's like sub bullet.
I just call it bullet. I just
indent-
call them bullet points.
It's well, I just indent them. It's an indented bullet. It's in the same indented bullet.
Okay, well, I'm just not going to describe them for the moment, and then I will go
They
back.
look like dragon eggs.
And I will go back and listen to them. I know, but I did describe because they
I know,
are
but
different colors.
I'm telling the audience.
Yes, they look like dragon eggs. Okay, I
they're
need
not.
to real quick
Maybe.
see the
Wink.
exact. See the exact thing that I identify.
That means they're cool rocks. Morgan's gonna add them to their collection.
Yes.
I think frequently about the time that Morgan spent like 20 minutes showing me all their rocks. remember that?
Non-binary, it's required.
Yeah, exactly. I have screenshots of it too.
What?
Rocks,
We were in a video call and you were showing me
I
your
know
rocks.
we were, but I didn't know you took screenshots.
I took
of it.
screenshots because you were so excited about them. And you looked so happy and excited. And I was like, I'm gonna take screenshots of this. Morgan looks so pumped about their rocks.
It's a crystal,
is-
nothing
okay.
more.
So
Yeah.
it's not a magical. It's not the gemstones themselves are not magical.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a magical effect about them. Something in the abjuration is affecting it. Something that there is
So they're being protected. Abjuration is a protection magic.
protection or suppression.
Oh, okay.
So it is there's some form of abjuration about this. It's not magic you're familiar with at all, Felix, but you get the school at least. And there's some sort of magical effect physically affecting these gemstones. They appear unchanged since you last saw them. However, the patterns on them, because they did all have very intricate and different patterns, seem to have like almost shifted a little bit. As though like almost like, you know, like one of those like those sand sculptures that have like those patterns within them, almost a little bit like that. Like there's like a shifting sort of pattern within each of the stones.
Would I be able to tell if the abjuration on it is preventing scrying?
Roll me an Arcana
I don't know
check.
scry, so
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check. I'll say at disadvantage. So you don't know the spell, so that makes it harder.
17.
17?
Oh, nice.
That's pretty solid.
Wait, I'm sorry. I did that with advantage, not disadvantage. My lower dice was 12, so 14.
14. Okay.
I wasn't thinking and just automatically said the big number.
Yeah.
So with a 17, with a 14, it does not feel it doesn't appear to be protective in the sense of it's not protective of the magic itself is not protective. It seems more suppression. Something is, whatever these things are supposed to do, it is being prevented from doing so.
Well, I don't love that. I was hoping that it was preventing scrying. That would save our asses a little bit. But
I mean, you can inspect the box.
I inspect the box.
I'll let other people inspect the box because you've been doing magic-y shit. So, Finian and Theo, please roll me investigation checks.
Investigating the box.
Okay.
Surprise, it's a box.
God damn it.
It's a
I
bucket.
rolled low.
Dear God.
Is it just investigation?
Investigation. Finian, it's a box.
14?
Theo, it's a pretty nice box. A box that you can see. A box that you notice, it looks like as you look at the inside of the box, and like now like having like paid attention to this a little bit and now kind of like carrying it around for a little while, the box itself, it's like about like, it's not a huge box, but like it's got a lot of weight for a box that size. And you thought for a second like, oh, maybe it's the weight of the gems, like they're important and magical, maybe that's what makes them heavy. You peel, you kind of like notice like a lip of something, and you kind of like take a dagger out and like you sort of peel away a veneer that's on the interior of the box. The box is lined with lead.
We're all gonna
So
die.
you pull up like the foam that is holding the like actual gems, and you can see the lead underneath it.
Yes.
Which means shuts the box.
Smart. Okay, we're never opening this again.
Yes. Unless we absolutely have to, this box stays shut. It
Go
explains.
Why
It
is the box-
explains. Sorry.
What? Finn did not see what the hell just happened, so.
The box is lead lined.
The box is lead lined, which means if the box is open, they can see these very important egg
Potentially,
rocks.
it is available for scrying if we don't have it sealed. Potentially, that would have them mean they have to time it correctly, unless they have some sort of sensor. But dear God, that is so specific. I hope no one's tracking it that well.
I mean, it explains why they didn't know. Like, I guess I assumed it was that they didn't have any sort of scrying, but I guess it also explains that if they did, it explains why they didn't know it was with us and why they didn't know exactly where it was. Otherwise, they wouldn't have needed to rummage through here. They could have known it was with us and followed us.
Obviously, they know where. They know how to find us, whoever they are.
I'd say we could disguise ourselves somehow, but a halfling, a human, and a satyr traveling together, no matter what their hair color
But it was a unicorn.
is pretty obvious.
A unicorn satyr. Unicorn satyr. I'm not a fucking. Before you is not an actual unicorn. You have not been hanging out with a full-grown, an anthropomorphic unicorn.
When were you going to tell us
Oh,
this?
It's like the bear, like the guy who's just had such good charisma and he was a bear. No one realized he was a bear.
Sir Barrington.
Yeah, Mr. Barrington. We're so sorry, Mr. Barrington. That guy's a bear.
How dare you insult Sir Barrington?
Yes.
We still
That's-
have no idea what they are. We just know that people are looking for them.
Or who? It could have been cult, but we don't know if it was Vonnie or Brannith who betrayed us and came looking for it. They had wondered about what was following us. Because they had said when we were attacked by those thralls, they had said that those thralls must have been attracted to some magic. I mean, we didn't tell them about the box, but
we were also at
Counterpoint, they saw the box. They saw the outside of it, at least. If they knew what was in it and that it was of worth, they could have just stabbed us in our sleep.
True.
But also think about people know who the person at the library knows who you are.
Great! We did announce our presence because you name dropped.
I needed to get into the library. I didn't think anyone was coming after.
You know, the first. You're right. You didn't think.
I have a +0 to my intelligence. I don't know what you want from me this round. It's not my job to think. The thinking is your guys' job this time. Sorry, Eisen. You have to think now.
What this means is that we need to be so much more careful going forward. Perhaps you guys don't use your names. Perhaps we just try to identify ourselves as little as possible.
Funny how you say that we don't use our names. Let me guess.
Do you think my given name is Felix Faircourt? Of course it's a stage name. I am a performer.
I was gonna say, that's like a really dope name.
Exactly. I was very clever when I came up with it.
I was like, gonna say, it was like, damn, your parents were like nailed it right on the head. Like,
if we're not giving out real names, do we have to come up with fake names? Is that what we're doing now?
I would say just make up shit every time we talk to someone. The less they can track us down, the better.
Go full scale, Sean Spencer introducing Gus in every situation.
God damn, that's a good reference.
Right? Thank you. Okay, yay. Someone got it. Yay! It was worth it.
All I can think of is my favorite one of those bits, which is it's like is the black and tan one, but Sean is black.
Excuse me, I'm black. He's tan.
I think that's my favorite one of those.
Oh my god.
I liked the one where he introduced him as like damn, I can't believe I'm not like remembering it, but it's like the guy who's like, his name was my name too.
Oh, John Jacob Jingleheimer.
Yeah, he introduced us like, this is my friend John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. We used to have the same name, but every time we went outside, people would start shouting.
Writing on that show is real good.
For everybody who doesn't know what we're talking about Psych.
Yes, we are dating ourselves.
Yeah. Anyway. Sorry about that tangent.
So I will say, for the sake of brevity, what do you guys want to do? Are you abandoning the premises to try to find yourself somewhere new in the hope that you can like lose your tail?
Days do we have still before our meeting?
Technically, your ability to go meet with the Company of Delos starts today. So you could go and meet. You can go and meet with them today.
I think we should try to meet with them literally today and possibly get the fuck out of this town as soon as possible.
I concur. Find out how we can help, what they want. Just yeah, I agree.
Are we gonna be using the fake names when we go there, or what's happening?
I guess we can.
Are they expecting us? Right?
Yes, they are expecting.
Bonnie and Brandon already know us.
We're going to have to use our real names there, but I guess from there on out, it's other names.
All right.
I'm going to start making a list of names.
All right. You head downstairs. Also, do you guys stop for breakfast, as it is still included with your?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Never say no to
continental,
free food.
continental breakfast. Always take advantage.
So you guys have your breakfast. It's quite delicious. As you are leaving, Martha stops you, Theo, and hands you a letter. And she says that it arrived overnight for you. The courier was
Oh no.
in great disarray and was a little frantic. And when
Basically begged me to join the fray. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Keep going.
And as she hands you the letter, it just says on the front where there would be an address, it just says "Dearest Theo." And as you flip it on the back, the wax seal sealing the letter closed, you would recognize immediately as your mother's personal seal. And that is where we will end our episode for today.
Fuck.
Thank you all
You're in
so
trouble.
much. Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of Dances with Dice.
Tattle.
Please follow
Mommy.
us on all social media channels at Dances with Dice. When you use the hashtag DWDcast or DWDart, we will use you as named NPCs in the show.
But Mommy, I wasn't really thinking of the ramifications. I just really needed to get into the library.
The fucking audacity she has to title it as Dearest.
Thank you all so much, and join us next week for another episode of Dances with Dice.